So you know that I had forgotten all about Harry's birthday. I really didn't remember that it was today. But the first thing that I noticed in this wonderful Sunday morning is that we had a happy birthday from the royal family themselves on Twitter on X, and I said, oh, okay, this is different. It is normal. And the first thing that I ask, you know how I am. I have to ask the uncomfortable questions. Is this AI? Because Harry looks so happy in that picture, well, wearing his usual traditional custom and evergreen gray suit, and he had a lot of hair back then, and his smile was more than okay, I have to say. He looked really happy back then. If this was a real picture, of course it's a real picture. I'm going to tell you more about it. The royal family is not going to put some kind of AI in there yet. He still had this gesture of protecting himself, you know, that covering his solar plexus and putting one hand on the other. But all in all, he looked quite happy, and the suit was fitting him well. And where was this? We know the answer thanks to a royal here. Chip Butty. Chip Butty got the full picture. It's from 2018 and taken at Dogpatch Labs, Dublin. I don't know if you remember this event. You remember I made a video on the body language guy back then. There was Megan with a kid. You remember that video? That she was like greeting the public, and in that video, a kid was trying to get Megan's attention, and she was all very uncomfortable about it. About like, hey kiddo, leave me alone. I'm the Duchess. How you dare to touch me? You can look for that. Megan, I wouldn't say mistreating a child, but her behavior was a bit odd back then. You know, we already knew that, my God, all the signs. Well, not me. I was completely unaware of Megan. I really did not care about her existence back then. Oh, why do you care so much right now? Well, because it's fun. And it's funny that a couple of things that not only the royal family, in this case, King Charles and Queen Camilla, from that account, that official account, wishing the Duke of Sussex a very happy 40th birthday today. This has been a complete meltdown in royal circles, in royal X, royal Twitter, royal Facebook, everywhere. As in, why did the king do this to this traitor? Are they preparing some kind of olive branch again? No, please do not mention that again. You know that I have been updating my satire website, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.com, and one of the things that I put there was that, like, the king was worried about the state of olive trees in the UK because all the olive branches that journalists are ripping away from those trees to offer Harry in the name of the king. I don't know. Many of you are saying that King Charles is weak for doing this. Well, he's just wishing the Duke of Sussex a very happy 40th birthday today, but it seems that this was a custom already established by her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, in which if the birthday was a 4 and a 0, or ended in 0, in this case was like the complete decade, then it would be appropriate to have a proper announcement. But you know that we don't have Twitter and X for that many years. We have Twitter like 18 years. I don't know how has this worked. So we can only just prove that only so many times, because if Twitter has only been around for 18 years, then if this happens every 10 years, you know that it's a bit hard to just catch all those instances. But well, it just happened, and I'm going to make some kind of theory that I heard, that is that Harry was leaking this call that he was going to have with King Charles, because you know that Harry wants to make it seem that he's ready to come back to the UK, and he's got even a room at Buckingham Palace, or I don't know where, but that is the claim that you see on those Montecito friendly outlets. And I guess that it was taken down, not the call, because you know that the call did not exist, but maybe King Charles decided to do this out of okay, I'm going to do this only so people don't criticize me. You know how this kind of chance. I'm going to make a second video about William and Catherine in a minute, but in this case, I think it was the right call, and in a number of ways. I mean, it's just to appease the public, in which it's better to do this kind of moves, because if they don't, then Harry has been ignored by his own father. And you know how that narrative is not very good for the royal family. So it's better to just skip that made up drama about Harry and Meghan and wish him a very happy 40th birthday. There was reactions, of course, like according to TASS, yeah, it's a no from me after everything he did to his grandparents and the fact he's allowed Omid Scobie to call Catherine a royal racist. Never call it out, never put out a statement to stop the attacks despite knowing of her cancer. No chance. Surprised at this account, to be honest. Dan Wootton, I hope he apologizes to you for falsely accusing the royal family of racism in the late Prince Philip's and Queen's dying days. Okay, the British Prince has another take. Before people kick off and don't come for me, I'm not holding this against the king. It's a 40th birthday, but let's hope King Charles doesn't get burnt and receive egg on his face. The late Queen tried to be nice, and Harry went and did Oprah. I'm finding it really uncomfortable seeing the Sussex squad write on this post when they have spent 4 years spreading disinformation. That's another thing. It's time for Prince Harry to make a public apology to Prince William and Catherine for Spare, Netflix, and Endgame. Harry before Meghan, well, you remember all those pictures that we have analyzed of Harry, that yes, he was just a different man. I'm not condoning everything that he has done since, but well, Murky Meg, damned if they do and damned if they don't. They would be dragged if they didn't post, but sadly this is playing into the hands of the sausages. Sabir alone, good grief, do people forget that quickly? They already stated that they were going to wish them happy birthdays on anything ending in 0. That's for any non-working royal. They did the same for the traitor's wife as well. Give them credit, but he doesn't deserve a happy birthday. And Dimitra Autumn, oh dear, that's an AI-generated photo. It's from 15 years ago. The hair now is spare. Or it's how it will look like after he gets all the money today and finally pays for a transplant. That's absolutely not how Has looks like. Yeah, they had the wear like fair about it, and they look for a picture that is 6 years old by now. Prince Harry told the entire world, this is Meghan Small, told the entire world he thought about killing Charles with a Typhoon fighter jet, but spared him at the last minute. Then his wish a happy birthday. Well, that was, yes, this is the kind of things that we need to take into account all these angles. No wonder that grown arse dimwit doesn't even learn a lesson. He's always been coddled. And Pilot Hardy, dear Kay, please, for the love of all that is holy, take them back. Sincerely, America. No, I don't think that the UK is gonna take them back at all, in the least. But I also need to talk about the fallout of that Hollywood Reporter article. But I think that that deserves its own video. But I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. My Royal Rogues, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.